Hey guys and girls, I'm Linksort123 and welcome to another video of me showing off my remixes of Zelda music. In today's video we are going to take a look at my remix of the Deku Palace theme from Majora's Mask. Basically, now we are introduced. Basically, this is my favorite theme from Majora's Mask, except for the Stone Tower Temple. It can keep up with the quality of this theme, but basically these two tracks from Majora's Mask is really well fitting for the game, and I think, wow, I really hope they get so much attention because these two tracks are perfect in my ears. Basically, it got a great tempo. The whole song itself is really easy to make into a remix, and everything just fits perfect. In today's video, I'm also going to use my new microphone I got for my 19 years old birthday from my uncle. Shout outs to him. That's a really epic gift, man, seriously, because it should improve the sound quality of my voice a lot, because usually I used my Turtle Beach headset and now I'm using a Sub-Zero 500 separate microphone. Basically, now I really said everything about the new microphone. Shout out to my uncle, that's a sick gift, man, seriously. So well, basically now we are just going to start out to take a look at did I say shout out? Basically we are just, for God's sake, forget what I said, and we are just going to start taking a look at my remix, and when this video is done you will be able to listen to it on Soundcloud, so make sure to stay tuned there. And yeah, let's just start, right? Basically, the whole song got this intro to it. I created this with a light brass. You can just take a listen to it here. Together with to end up the whole intro, we got a Deku King sound that says "Uo." Basically, you can probably try to recognize that sound from the whole game. Yeah. Well, we are introduced and we can clearly hear this is not the original sample, but it is the lead, or the notes that are playing in the original intro is the same as in my remix, just with another sound, basically. The whole lead is really simple for the Deku Palace theme. You can take a listen to pattern 2 here, which goes on for exactly 8 tracks here. You can see these two ones goes here, and to end the song in the middle here we got 3, pattern 3 and 10, and basically 13 and 14. Let's talk about them when we are coming to that part of this remix. Basically, let's just take a listen to pattern 2 first of all. Wow, this is a very original techno sound. Basically, it's a bit disordered. It has this what can I call, a reverb to it, a reverb brass, if I can call it that. So basically, it gives us some power to your whole song, and basically everything just fits well. Just to make this song really unique, I also used pattern 8, which is I usually do these remixes with a lead or a synth underneath the actual lead, basically. So the upper part here is basically just some different sounds that are playing to make this song unique and the specific pattern unique, right? So let's take a listen to pattern 8. It's a really highly pitched sound. Basically, it's a flute, a techno flute that I used here. It gives a great feeling when you hear both of these sounds together. Let's just take a listen there. Basically, it's really highly pitched, so I should really warn you headphone users before playing this track, but in the release of this song it will be turned a little bit down. The song also has these kind of drums, which is really simple from my previous tracks. Basically, you can take a listen to the drums only here. Basically, this sounds really bad without any kind of lead to it. Let's just try to play everything and then we should be ready to go. Also, after pattern 8 we also got some different sounds from the Dekus. Let's just take a listen to them while we also listen to this. And basically, once again, pattern 8 continues after these sounds just to make it a little bit different, and not only 2 patterns goes on each other. Basically, we just made a little pause here just to make it a little bit different from another pattern, and I really like that. And once again we get this little pause without any kind of lead over it, basically just the whole synth, and then we goes on to pattern 9 that sounds like this. I don't know how to explain this sound, but it sounds like a very epic kind of bell, basically. I don't know, it got this kind of weird sound over it, some kind of reverb that gives it a really epical sound to it. Let's just try to hear everything combined so we can continue. Basically, now we goes on to my favorite part of the whole song. Basically, a lot of the songs from Majora's Mask got this little middle part to it. I also explained this in my previous episode of this series of my Stone Tower Temple, because that's also from Majora's Mask if you didn't knew that. But basically, the tracks got this little middle play that basically in the original one it allows the composer to like change the notes, the pitch of the notes, so they can be higher, they can be louder, they can be lower, basically, so they can be darker and stuff like that. In my remix I use this middle part as basically a jump spring to basically just change the whole sound to the exactly same pattern. Basically we got pattern 2 here with some different leads, and then we got this middle play, and then it changes into a whole nother sound, basically. This is really easy to make and remix, because it's really easy just to, everyone can just find another great sound and then put it over. So this is basically just as some kind of help to you that wants to remake this. Basically the middle part of not the Stone Tower Temple, the Deku Palace sounds like this. You really know this because it's really iconic. This part really goes really dark in comparison to the other ones. We can try to take a little listen to the part before with all of these sounds. It's darker than the other ones, but I think that's a really good idea, basically just to make it different from the other tracks. Also we got a lot of Deku sounds that goes on here, and also the drums changes. So yeah, let's just take a listen and then we are ready to go. I don't know why, but to end this whole part, we got the Deku Link Fall basically, and it just sounds great. I don't know why, but let's just take a listen once again so you guys and girls are clear and you know what I mean. Wow, great sound. Once again, it's created with this dark brass that gives a great feeling to it and makes the sound much darker. Let's continue with pattern 3. That sounds like this, with the same drums as the patterns before over here, basically. I don't know how to explain this sound, but I have been talking about some weird sounds that I'm putting in my remixes just to make it a bit more spacey, not spicy, and also gives this unique feeling to my type of remix. Basically, I can explain it with, it's a kind of bell that has a dark sound underneath it. You can take a listen once again so you know what I'm talking about. It sounds like some kind of a marimba, something like that. And I really like that sound, basically. I'm just in love with that. I don't know why. After 2 patterns, basically, we got another sound, which is basically something we have used before. It's pattern 2, which is also used here as a main lead. So that's really weird to basically mix these type of synth sounds, but let's just take a listen and see how that sounds. Once again, we got the Deku Link Fall sound that goes on here, just to make the long part here, the long note, not so boring to listen to. I don't know why, but it gives a great feeling. And over here we got the Deku Link launch when he jumps out of the flower, basically. So it's also something really unique. The next pattern, or the next synth sound, is basically called pattern 10. Let's try to take a listen to that, and afterwards with pattern 11. I don't know how to explain this sound, but I really know what the fuck. What am I saying? I really like this sound because it has this reverb to it with the actual sound. It's weird to explain, but it sounds really great. It sounds a bit darker than the other one. So if you listen to this part and then we goes back to or on to pattern 10. It's a great synth, you know what I mean, because it is darker than pattern 11. Let's try to listen to that and then we can listen to everything combined. Once again, we got some kind of marimba bells, but with no reverb on it. So basically, these two types of sounds really sounds like each other, and it really mixes up really well. Let's try to play a little bit of the last patterns and then we can see some comparison here. Basically, since these two patterns, like this and this one, they are not so heavily mixed, so there's not this distortion kind of soar going on, so it's not that wild to listen to. And I really like that because basically it feels like a fade out to the next part that I'm playing here, which has actually a pattern 11 over it, and now we goes on to pattern 12. Alright, so this part also got a lot of sounds that goes on here. Once again, the Deku Link Fall, and basically, yeah, that's basically it. Let's try to listen to pattern 12 before we goes on. Yeah, I couldn't let no distortion sound goes on for these four patterns actually, but 2 patterns here. So for sure I needed to add that sound too. But it's a really great pause, if you know what I mean here. So it feels like a little fade out. Let's try to listen to a little part of this, and then we goes on with this. Before we continue, I can basically explain the whole lead here, because this is the lead. It goes on for 4 patterns, but it's really great because it got a low end lead basically, which is the very iconic intro and stuff, and then we got a higher pitched one that goes on for this pattern. Then we goes to a lower one once again, and then a high end once again. So basically it's really easy to just split this lead up into 4 pieces, because the lower one can be a dark one, the higher one can be a higher pitched one. So basically it's really easy to remix this type of theme. Basically, I wish every Zelda track was created like this. Once again, we got the middle play. Let's just listen to that once again. I really think the drums fits perfectly for this part of the song, so make sure to listen carefully to them. Wow, I just love that part, really. Now we goes on for pattern 3 and pattern 13, basically, with the same drums once again, but with some other synth and some other leads. Pattern 13 is going to be my synth in these 4 patterns, so make sure to listen carefully after this. I don't know how to explain this sound once again, but it's kind of a medieval trumpet, I think it's called. It sounds like as a kind of a brass. It sounds dark and a highly pitched one at the same time. I really like that. It's not double timed or anything. It's just a really weird sound. Once again, we also got this little pause in the middle, because it gives a great feeling to the track when you're listening to the main lead over this synth and together with the drums. Let's take a listen to the lead, and then we goes on to listen to everything combined. Well, once again, it's also this kind of tribal bell thing. It sounds really weird, but I really like that sound. Really, it just gives a great feeling, and this kind of tribal sound fits perfectly for the Deku Palace. I actually think there is a tribal remix on YouTube for all of this, for the whole remix actually. That's what I wanted to say. So make sure to check that out. Just search up tribal remix Deku Palace or something like that. It's really epical. I remember that's actually one of the first songs that I listened to on YouTube. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. Let's listen to everything combined, and then we continues. Basically, that was everything for that whole remix. Now we are going to the fade out, which is a really long one. It actually goes on for 4 patterns. Basically, it's a combination of the middle part down here, and the upper part here is just the main lead. So we got a lot of different sounds that goes on here, and then we got a little sound here from Ocarina of Time actually, is the Young Link's strong attack. And then we got some of the same drums that goes on for the whole fade out also. So basically I'm going to I'm going to take you guys and girls for a listen to the middle part here, but it's played with another sound. So make sure to listen to that. I really think it sounds so awesome when it's like played in double time. If you just takes a look at here. Whoa, 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 what did I do there? Anyways, basically, that's just played like that, and let it be like that, basically. The other sound is just the main lead, but also played in double time. You can see the whole lead here, spoiler alert. If you wanna hear the sound, it's just when I'm pressing one of the keys. Basically. So let's try to take a listen to this and then everything combined. It sounds so awesome, really. Let's hear everything together, just with a little part of the remaining patterns here, and then we can listen to this awesome fade out to the whole song. Really, this remix is so good that it really worth to work on a great fade out. It also got this slow tempo on it, so it's really fitting well for a fade out. But I let you guys and girls hear how it sounds now. Wow, the correct song sound, or the sound of correctly song played in the Zelda series. Basically, I think that's really worth to put in, because this remix is well played, man. Seriously, I'm so hyped to release this because it sounds really awesome. I think I'm doing more remixes of the Majora's Mask soundtrack, basically, but it can be sounding really well, but it can also sound really weird, because some of the tracks from the soundtrack is really hard to remix. But I think that's all for this video, guys and girls. I really hope you enjoyed so much this remix, because basically I'm just out of words, because I'm so hyped to release this, and I'm crossing my fingers and hoping you guys and girls likes this remix so much as I do, because it really took time. It took 2 days to actually create this, and I think it's really worth to wait on. So make sure to go to Soundcloud, make sure to support me by liking and following me on Soundcloud. If you don't want to do that, basically just go to Soundcloud anyways and just listen to my track. Else, I just want to say, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your friends. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I hope I see you in the next video, guys and girls. Bye!